Close your eyes, now open them. You are standing on a terrace in Akrotiri. It is a Tuesday morning, 1600 BC. The air is warm. It smells of salt, crushed thyme, and roasting barley. Look down at your feet. The floor is polished limestone, cool and smooth. The walls around you are a brilliant, blinding white, reflecting the Mediterranean sun. You aren't in a ruin. You aren't looking at a museum exhibit. You are in the most advanced city of the Bronze Age. And you have no idea that the clock has already run out. Walk with me, step away from the terrace and into the street. It isn't a road, it's a canyon of whitewashed stone. Stop here, look at the wall. A fresco, deep, vibrant ochre and midnight blue, figures dancing, sailors returning from the deep. The colors are so vivid they feel wet. You pass a small shop. The smell of olive oil is thick here. Large clay pitha jars stand like soldiers against the walls, filled with grain and wine. You see a woman in a tiered skirt, her hair braided with gold thread, carrying a basket of fresh figs. She smiles at you. The ground just shivered. You don't think much of it. Tremors are part of the landscape here. The earth breathes. The stones shift. You watch a small ceramic vase on a ledge rattle for a second, then go still. You keep walking. You head toward the harbor. The Aegean is a mirror of sapphire and turquoise. The port is a forest of masts. Ships from Crete, from Egypt, from the distant shores of Anatolia. They carry tin, copper, and gold. Akrotiri is the crossroads of the world. If you want the finest jewelry, the rarest dyes, the most exotic spices, you come here. You stop. You look toward the horizon. There is a mountain, Thera. It has always been there, a silent guardian of the coast. But something is wrong. The birds have stopped singing. The harbor is too quiet. Look at the water. The sapphire blue is turning a murky, bruised gray, and then you see it. A thin, black line of smoke rising from the peak of the mountain. It doesn't look like a disaster. Not yet. The world splits open. The mountain doesn't just smoke, it explodes. A column of ash and fire screams into the sky, punching a hole through the blue. You are thrown to your knees. The limestone beneath you isn't just shaking, it is undulating. The houses around you, those beautiful, white-walled homes, begin to scream. The beams of cedar groan. The plaster cracks. Look up. The sun is gone. In a matter of seconds, the midday light is replaced by a suffocating, artificial twilight. Then comes the white, not snow, pumice. Tiny, porous stones begin to fall from the sky. You try to run. But the streets you loved are now traps. The pumice is already ankle-deep, then knee-deep. The white stone is piling up against the doors, sealing the exits, burying the ground floors. You see a man desperately trying to push open a heavy oak door. He is fighting the mountain. He is fighting the weight of 1,000 tons of falling stone. You reach the harbor, but there is no escape. The sea is no longer water. It is a churning cauldron of gray froth and boiling heat. Tsunamis some 100 feet high are racing toward the shore, erasing the ships, erasing the docks, erasing the history of the port. You find shelter under a thick stone arch. You huddle in the dark. The air is thick with sulfur. It burns your throat. It stings your eyes. You wait. You listen to the city die. You hear the final crash of the great roofs. The sound of the frescoes peeling off the walls as the heat becomes unbearable. The silence that follows is the heaviest thing you have ever felt. You are not the only one here. Some fled on the ships before the fire hit. Some were taken by the first wave. But for many, the city became a tomb. Not a tomb of bone, but a tomb of ash. The ash didn't just destroy Akrotiri, it preserved it. Fast forward 3,000 years. Archaeologists dig through the gray layers. They find the bread still in the ovens. They find the jewelry still on the tables. They find the frescoes, still vibrant, still dancing, as if the artists had just stepped away for a moment. They find a city frozen in a single, terrified heartbeat. You stand now on the modern ruins. The wind blows through the empty stone shells. The blue sea is calm again. The tragedy of Akrotiri isn't that it ended. It's that it was so beautiful and it didn't even know it was over.